Here we have dy dx plus 2x times y equals x cubed, and you'll notice that the coefficient of dy dx is already 1.
And?
Well, that means we don't have to divide by anything, so we can actually start with this equation, and this is already our p of x.
And?
So then we need to find the integrating factor, which is e to the integral of p of x dx. See, e to the integral 2x dx. So, of course, integrating 2x, you should see that one pretty easily. That's just x squared. So our integrating factor is e to the x squared. And then we multiply both sides by e to the x squared.
I agree.
Great. So now we have e to the x squared dy dx plus e to the x squared times 2x times y equals e to the x squared times x cubed. But notice this left-hand side, once we multiply by the integrating factor, that is just the product rule applied. I'll make this a little more obvious. That's the product rule applied to e to the x squared times y.
I know.
Great. Well, now we have the derivative of e to the x squared times y equals e to the x squared times x cubed. So in order to remove this derivative, we can integrate both sides. So the integral of a derivative is the function itself, and here it is, e to the x squared times y. We will be integrating this side, which is going to be done by parts.
Oh, I can't stand you.
Well, sorry, but I mean, you have to do this integration by parts. Remember, integral of u dv equals uv times the integral of v du. So our u is x squared, our dv is x times e to the x squared, and that will alter the right-hand side. Trust me, you'll get through that. The du then would be 2x dx, and the v would be 1/2 integral of e to the x squared. But trust me, this will work out for you. You'll get e to the x squared y equals x squared over 2 times e to the x squared minus 1/2 e to the x squared. That's our integration by parts. But don't forget, when we integrate this side, we'll have a plus c, so that's the c, the constant of integration.
I don't understand.
Well, remember, when we integrated this, we'll have to add a constant because we integrated both sides. Constant's got to be added. Actually, there would be one on both sides. We're combining them into one constant.
I am so glad.
Well, great. So now we're almost done, because on the left side you notice we have e to the x squared times y. So what do we want to do? Well, I think I probably would say divide by e to the x squared, or you could say multiply by e to the negative x squared, which does the exact same thing. And so when you divide this by e to the x squared, you just get x squared over 2. When you divide this by e to the x squared, you just get 1/2, so x squared over 2 minus 1/2 plus c divided by e to the negative x squared, or you could say c times e to the negative x squared. And note how important to this process it is that we absolutely needed to put this c here. I know there are times in calculus too when you wonder, why do I have to keep putting in this c? But there was a reason behind that.
I know.
And now you can see.
I can't take this.
Well, just take it for a little while longer.